a cosmic catastrophe, a revolution, and the Antichrist? We've got all of that and so much more to talk about as we count down the top 10 Dark Nostradamus predictions for 2023 that might come true. Starting off this list, in our number 10 spot, we have the Martian Meltdown. For this one, we are taking a trip off planet because finally, someone is predicting that something bad is going to happen somewhere else, not right here on Earth for us all to suffer. The prophet apparently has a grim prediction for Mars for this 2023, saying that, quote, "the light of Mars will go out." Of course, this is a bit different of a meaning in this day and age, so people are speculating what this could mean. While this could be a prediction that something bad might happen to the planet by fate of the cosmos, others think this could be a prediction that relates to our exploration of Mars and more specifically any upcoming manned missions. Perhaps something with a company like SpaceX with future plans to send people to Mars might happen, or perhaps we'll find evidence that a trip to Mars just isn't feasible for humans. Of course though, like with anything on this list, only time will tell. In our number 9 spot today, we have the Palace Peril. One of the predictions made by Nostradamus suggested that this year there would be a, quote, celestial fire on the royal edifice. People, of course, have been scrambling to figure out what exactly this could mean, and so far people believe this is predicting a grim fate for Buckingham Palace. The prediction, of course, was made before Buckingham Palace was even built, but that doesn't mean it couldn't come to fruition. Perhaps this could be in reference to the Harry and Meghan Netflix debacle we saw last month. Some people, however, think that based on the words celestial fire, that perhaps the palace might be set on fire by an asteroid. I definitely am leaning towards a less literal approach, but hey, I am not the seer or the prophet here. I'm just here to tell you what he said. In our number 8 spot today, we have the end. This one comes from the list of Nostradamus predictions that he had, and it predicts a pretty grim situation. Apparently he wrote, quote, "few young people half dead to give start." Well, a vivid imagination might be able to come up with a few ideas of what this might be predicting. Apparently people have said that this prediction is intended to be about the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. It's both good and terrifying to note that people have been thinking of the zombie apocalypse for centuries. It's not just part of our modern world. Apparently Nostradamus wrote that the apocalypse would start off with a Russian scientist and lead to total extinction. Okay, well, that's something nice to look forward to for this year. I started off glass half full and I'm trying to keep it that way, but at this point, it's getting hard. Maybe all of the doomsday preppers are right. At this point, only time will tell. In our number 7 spot today, we have the Riot. In his book of quatrains and prophecies, Nostradamus wrote, quote, "sooner or later you will see great changes made, horrors and terrible revenges." Definitely doesn't sound great, but what people are speculating this to mean is that there will be upheavals and civil rebellion seen in the new year. The prediction continues on with, quote, "trumpets are shaking in great controversy," and, quote, "an agreement that has been broken." This is all leading people to believe that this could be the setup for some sort of revolution, although it's not quite clear where in the world this is speaking about or what issue it covers. All over the world there are people speaking up and out about the issues that they are facing, so it's tough to pinpoint one area it could be, although many people believe it could be about the uprising and protest scene in Iran, which many believe will only continue on and escalate. In our number 6 spot today, we have the warm waters. For this one, we have this fun little message that delivers a terrifying prediction for the future of our oceans. Nostradamus wrote, quote, "like the sun, the head shall sear the shining sea, the Black Sea's living fish shall all but boil." Okay, yeah, definitely not a good look so far. It seems as though the seer is predicting that the fish in the sea are basically going to be heated to death, and recent studies might be suggesting the same thing. Some more recent research is starting to suggest that some of the most commonly consumed fish could face extinction due to climate change and the warming of our oceans. Of course, this is concerning considering the fact that this is one of humanity's major food sources, but if there was a major die-off of species, who knows what would happen to the species that could survive the warmer waters? I mean, a drastic change like that could completely destroy an ecosystem. It's definitely a terrifying prediction, and if research continues to back it up, things are starting to look a lot more grim. Coming in at our halfway mark in our number 5 spot, we have gone nuclear. This Nostradamus prediction is one that could certainly become a reality at any point, which is something that is pretty terrifying. In this day and age, the threat of a nuclear attack, while not an imminent threat, is always kinda there, hanging out in the back of people's minds. Like, it's not something most people think about every day, but it's just something that we know people possess the technology and the ability to do, you know? And like I've mentioned a bunch of times today, with the things that are currently going on, it seems as though it's more than just hanging out in the back of our minds. It's a scary reality, and that's why this Nostradamus prediction is just a little eerie, as he claims a nuclear bomb will explode in 2023, and if this wasn't bad enough, it has some harsh implications. He is said to have predicted that this explosion will lead to changes in not only the climate, but also the Earth's position. Not exactly certain what he means by the Earth's position, but what I do know is that that sounds terrible and terrifying. Like, the position of the Earth in the solar system, just in general, like, I've got so many questions. In our number 4 spot today, we have the Antichrist. Some people believe that Nostradamus predicted that in 2023, we will see the rise of the Antichrist, who will swiftly wage a war against those who don't believe in him. According to the New York Post, Nostradamus wrote, quote, "The Antichrist very soon annihilates the three. 27 years his war will last. The unbelievers are dead, captive, exiled, with blood, human bodies, water, and red hail covering the earth." Okay? Definitely not the 2023 I had in mind. At this point, it isn't clear who this could refer to, but of course, with any of these predictions, people will find a way to fit it to match any real world event currently ongoing. But the thing is, only time will truly tell. Some think that perhaps it could relate to a sort of politician or political situation, but others believe that this isn't referring to just one person, and instead is referring to many people that are already on the move. In our number 3 spot today, we have famine. Food instability isn't a new thing, and for those of us fortunate enough to have constant access to food, we have noticed the prices of food going up. And according to some experts, this might relate back to a prediction Nostradamus made for us. He wrote, quote, "No abbots, monks, no novices to learn, honey shall cost far more than candle wax, so high the price of wheat that man is stirred, his fellow man to eat in his despair." Basically, in this prediction, he's saying that the cost of food is going to rise so high that it's going to lead people to eat other people. Definitely the most extreme of situations and a terrifying thought, but the prediction doesn't have to be taken so literally either. While maybe what he said is exactly what he means, this also could just be a prediction that people won't be as kind or giving as they normally are. People might turn their backs on those in need more in order to have more for themselves. You know, more of a dog-eat-dog world sort of a situation. I truly hope that this is not the case, so fingers crossed for 2023, I guess. In our number 2 spot today, we have asteroids. This is one of those predictions that seemingly pops up every year and doesn't just come from long ago. It's basically the idea that an asteroid is going to impact Earth. It's a prediction that no one wants to come true, but for some reason, we also always guess that it might. It's really weird. Humans are very strange. Nostradamus' words were, quote, "Fire do I see that from the sky shall fall." I'm not exactly sure if he means like a small meteor shower kind of thing, or if he's talking mass extinction, it's the apocalypse kind of thing, but either way, it's a little unnerving. In 2021, we had a near miss with asteroid 2021 GW4, but it wasn't thought to be a huge deal either way, because it likely would have broken up in our atmosphere. Right now, it is said that the next near miss prediction is for around 2029, and that's from scientists. So at this point, I feel like we're probably safe, but who's to say for sure? People have also suggested that perhaps instead of asteroids, this prediction might be about missiles falling from the sky, which is honestly just as terrifying at this point. In our number 1 spot today, we have the climate disaster. According to Nostradamus, it is increasingly possible that the Earth might need to brace itself and get ready to go through another climate disaster in 2023. I know, not what any of us would like to hear. Mother Nature is terrifying, she is powerful, and we really are just sort of at the mercy of the weather and climate. According to experts, Nostradamus wrote, quote, "The dry land will dry up even more, and there will be great floods when you see the rainbow." It seems like perhaps we might be in for some periods of drought before the flood comes. Throughout the years, we've definitely seen some worsening weather in a multitude of ways. The Earth ebbs and flows and goes through changes, and we really are just along for the ride. All I know is that through this list, it's become quite clear that 2023 might be one wild ride. Alright guys, that's been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlovsky, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Alright, what's up, 2023? Oh my god, inhaled and choked already. Off to a bad start.